somehow is insane. That is so difficult to be super consistent at, but people have found a way to do it. And here's another example of that. Tweek has gone through so many different characters over time, finally finding his home with Diddy Kong, but even recently had to pull out the Sephiroth to get the job done. So there's still that in his pocket. And then Riddles bouncing between the Kazuya and the Terry has different ways to go about it. But I think with this match here as another qualifier for top 8, I think primarily we're going to see the Kazuya here up against the Diddy Kong.
I mean, that is by far and away Riddles' strongest character, right? And it's kind of the same thing with Tweek and the Diddy versus the Sephiroth, that, you know, Riddles has also got the Roy or the Terry if he absolutely has an awful Kazuya matchup. And this is one of those ones where on paper, Kazuya really does not win this matchup, but we play a game with humans, and when you can touch somebody once and you can KO them, that's what me, Mr. Mishima, does. So I like to consider this matchup 70-70.
Yeah, I mean, I like that match.
Now, look, it's even, but like,
but
not like even, you know?
Like the unseen factor sometimes is the fear factor. When you're fighting against the heavy last stock, you play worse because you're afraid to get hit. Kazuya is that walking heavy at all times. So no matter what, you're just afraid to get smacked in the face. But because of what Diddy Kong can do and inherently controlling the stage with Banana and that mobile command grab, it makes it not as bad to deal with keeping him out.
Yeah, burst movement against Kazuya is really, really helpful. Whether it's going away from him or going towards him, you just never really want to get stuck in scrambles with him. That's the worst thing you can do. And Diddy never has to scramble with somebody if he doesn't want to. And that's a good demonstration of it right there. Even that Banana covering such really good burst range against Kazuya. And this is something that Tweek has loved doing on stages like Town, going underneath the stage and saying, look, I'm not going to let you set up your ledge trap. You're going to have to come to me.
Exactly. That timer up in the top right corner is not something that Tweek is afraid to play to because of moments like that. Getting caught at any given time can lead to your stock being gone, so he plays it that way, but Riddles minimizing that damage, and now he's going to get a lot here. Is he going to get the full? No, he delayed the wake up, so he avoids the grounded electric and somehow gets out of that.
That was huge. Dude, that could have been a moment where the RNG dropping the Banana out of Riddles' hand and making Tweek trip off of it could have led to a stock, and that's the kind of power that Kazuya has. But luckily, Tweek, he has studied this matchup a lot. He knows he's going to run into Riddles more often than not when he's playing in a big bracket. So he knows, right? If I delay that get up, he's going to go for the Ferps tech. Now Riddles is going to have to be the one to adapt to that.
Yeah, especially with Riddles finally finding that success, getting his first tournament win out of the way, which is the biggest factor. Just getting that done is such a huge boon. And Rage Drive is going to put him at 90, and that's already going to even the game right back up. So you can see, even with this passive play Tweek has had, Riddles knows if he stays calm, he's still going to be able to get back into it.
And there it is again, right? That big movement taking Tweek all the way across the stage. Riddles, though, knows that Tweek wants to go straight for that Banana to have it available as a tool, and he just immediately tosses that electric as an anti-air to cover it. It's a really, really solid understanding of what Tweek wants to do, and especially, you know, with the Banana behind him, he figures, well, Tweek's probably going to want to use that space to get behind me, and, boy, you better watch your back with that shield gone, too. My God.
I got just as scared as you when I saw that down smash. Like, Tweek is about to exit the New Yorker in a second, but that bear is going to find its mark, evening it right back up. At the 4-minute mark, it took a little bit of time for those stocks to start to go, but once it hit that 5-minute moment, they started flying. So they are not playing as passive anymore.
And you can see the Banana is a big crux of why either one of them is playing passive or active, right? Whoever has that is very, very happy to get right up in the other's face. But Tweek right now, I mean, Riddles was holding it, and he says, look, let me take some damage. The stretcher does not help him out right there. Riddles getting a quick escape, but 48% on him, man. Tweek has already gotten his opening combos, and that means the crazy stuff can start following up.
Well, we know where House Money is right now because Sound and City coming through with that full assist to just get Riddles out of that bad situation. And he is sitting at 72, but again, the fear factor of Kazuya existing no matter what. If he got tripped right there, we would have either seen an even game or potentially game one going to Riddles.
I can tell you that game would be over. I mean, that sets you in so much end lag that you're not coming back. I'm sorry. If you get hit by that side B off ledge, and that's one of the reasons why Tweek has been jumping a lot near the ledge when Riddles has been over there, because if you get hit in the air, it's just a measly little bit of knockback.
Exactly. Knowing where to take the hit is a very important part of fighting this matchup, because if you can minimize the damage, you're good. If you get hit by the big combo starter, well, things are not going to look so good. However, 63%, if he gets caught at the ledge, he might go. He has laser on him potentially, but he said he's going to back off, and there's that banana control you mentioned before. This is not good for him as he somehow avoids the up smash.
But the jab's still sending Tweek off stage. He's not out of the woods yet, and there he is going underneath the stage, forcing Riddles to adjust his ledge trap. That's a re-grab, and the down air to cover that neutral get up. That is a risky move, but Riddles knows It's so active, and Tweek has been jumping off ledge a lot, so that just covered exactly what he needed to take that game one.
It beats the potential.
Hey guys, it's VGBootCamp's very own Logic here. I hope you're enjoying all the great tournament action, but I want to tell you about something else that you're going to enjoy. This video sponsor, Flash Party. Flash Party is a cross-platform fighter that I've been playing non-stop since I got my hands on it. Like, no, seriously. I have almost 24 hours into the game, and I may or may not have owned it for only 3 days. Flash Party is a free-to-play game and is officially hitting Steam January 10th. If you want to show support, use our link to go download it or add it to your Steam wishlist and give it a try. Flash Party has the core of what you'd expect out of a platform fighter, such as combos, plenty of stages, and a diverse pool of heroes. But what really sets the game apart, aside from the beautiful animations and fun gameplay, of course, is the massive customization you can do to your heroes. The game does a great job of allowing you to adjust your character into a playstyle that's unique to you without taking away from the fundamentals I love to see in a fighting game, such as spacing, execution, and decision making. You can level up each character, which increases your base attack and defense. You can fine-tune your character with red and yellow stickers, which augment things like your speed, offense, or durability. The changes per sticker are small, but you get 5 slots for each, so together, it can make a huge difference. The most important part of the colorful system, though, has to be the blue stickers. You only get 2 slots to work with, but this is because you can do major things like change a particular move, or add new properties to a character's passive, or even attacks. This is a unique addition to Flash Party, and it really allows you to set your playstyle apart from others. On top of all this, a new hero system was just added, which really takes the game to new heights. Every hero is now labeled as either an all-rounder, assaulter, powerhouse, or impeder. The assaulter heroes can cancel the end lag of certain moves, generally with a jump cancel or a dash. The impeder heroes gain a buff to their throws after hitting their opponent's shield. Powerhouse heroes do more damage the higher their KO score gets, and the all-rounder heroes can charge 3 gauges based on their up, down, or side attack hitting the opponent. Once all the directional gauges are full, your hero can use a much more powerful neutral special. This is definitely an easy to play but hard to master game with a huge skill ceiling. You can parry, dodge, tech, you're even rewarded with more damage for counter hitting your opponent. Fortunately though, there are plenty of game modes to choose from, so you can keep things as casual or as competitive as you'd like. There's a fun 2v2 soccer mode called Party Record. There's an everyone for themselves mode called Brawl. You have your classic 1v1 and 2v2 modes where you play against others based on your skill level, but without anything on the line. And then of course, for the competitive spirits out there, a 1v1 and 2v2 rank mode are indeed in the game. You start in bronze and you work your way all the way up to challenger. If you manage to make it to the top 100 on the leaderboard, you actually get a title that's displayed for a week to let the world know just how talented you are. I'm sure everyone though is asking probably the same question at this point. How's the net play? Well, guess what? Literally all of the gameplay footage that you are seeing was recorded from my live matches in the 1v1 mode. I've been playing strangers left and right, and this is one of the best online experiences I have ever had. Of course, playing the game's fun, but what would be even more fun is if you looked good while doing it. Flash Party doesn't miss a beat here and has a plethora of skins to choose from that let you play in style. A few of the ones I like are Cupid Squirrel Cub. Look at baby Cupid right here. This is adorable. You see the ears, playing the piano, the glasses? All right. And also the Count Dracula for Thanatos. Definitely a different vibe, Halloween-ish. Hopefully you're not afraid of the dark. Keep the lights on, it's all good. But my favorite skin has to be the Ultraverse College Girl for Kamiki Yuri. I might be a bit biased. This is my current main. Red's my favorite color, kind of getting Demon Slayer vibes here, you know what I mean? But if you see someone named Logic using this skin, it's probably me. So there you have it, guys. Flash Party is a game that I've been thoroughly enjoying, and I highly recommend you give it a try. It's free to play and will officially release on Steam January 10th. Show your support by using the link in the description to download it, or by adding it to your Steam wishlist. Enjoy the rest of the match. See ya.
It beats the potential of a mistimed monkey flip. It beats the potential of a rising fair. And the fact that Riddles didn't do that at any point before this moment leads you to believe he's probably not going to do it again. Why would he? But the perfect timing on the neutral get up to catch him. Like you said, it's a very active move. And even with that banana behind him, you figure maybe he might hold shield because he anticipates me get up attacking or something like that and get a free back throw. Not at all for Riddles as he gets game number 1.
This is really, really well played. And again, most of the time when Tweek had that banana behind Riddles, just like you saw in that replay right there, he went behind him. And I guess what Riddles is thinking is that, well, last time that he tried to do that, I punished him really hard for going behind me. Oh my goodness, this is what we were talking about, right? You get set on that platform, you're gonna take some big damage, 88%, and it's still going up. In fact, it's going to a 16-second stock, AJ.
This is gonna be pretty much where we find the home of these two fighting each other as well. And we're not gonna see FD straight up because it's gonna allow Diddy Kong a few more mix-ups, but Diddy Kong loves FD just as well. But having this stage, when it transitions to this, is so beneficial for Riddles. And Tweek is going off though at the moment. He's not been hit since that early stock.
Tweek Tweek with a vendetta is one of the scariest players in the world, because if you just lead off a game and 0 to death him, he's gonna take that person. I took that personally.
Yeah, and something that does have a little bit of weight to the New York scene or the tri-state scene in general is they've always defended Let's Make Big Moves. They have never lost one of these. Tweek is one of the remaining people who are still in this bracket, let alone on winner's side. So a lot of pressure is on him to succeed, and that is exactly how you do it, as he put 163 basically unchecked, only taking one trade or so to get 15.
This is why I'm talking about this matchup being 70-70, right? Is that, like, if Diddy Kong gets hit once, I mean, just like anybody against Kazuya, your stock can explode. But also, Diddy, it can just not engage with Kazuya if he doesn't need to. And Tweek right now has not only been able to stay out of the engagement zone with Kazuya, but also hit him back basically just as hard as Riddles is hitting him.
Yeah, and I can hear the crowd getting heavily behind Tweek right now as well. I'm hearing a lot of Let's Go Tweek chants going on out there, so that's going to help get some morale boost. But luckily, once again, you mentioned it before, I'd rather take that hit in the air than on the ground any day of the week.
And Tweek, he's just like, what do I do? Kazuya's off stage, huh?
Oh, no.
Oh, no. And that's
roll, Raggy.
The roll.
Oh, no. Well, there goes the lead.
My God, and again, that's what I'm talking about. You got hit by that side B off ledge, and it's, you know what? I say to my stocks, let's split up, gang.
Well, right at the moment, we got a mystery to solve, and that's how do we get rid of this stock at the moment. 122, but the fear factor of that rage mode sitting right there, that's so much, but he gets away from the forward smash. If he rolled out and that was sweet spot, that was game.
That could have been insane. Riddles right now, he's actually going to eat that Z-drop banana. That was a great bait there by Tweek, because most of the time he likes to Z-drop that banana off stage, go for an aerial afterwards, but that time just dropping it right over the ledge, catching the neutral get up. We're right back to an even game, and Tweek, I was going to say he might slow it down here, but no, he is sticking to Riddles like glue.
Riddles is getting his ass beat right now. Tweek is going in, and he is refusing to relent off. Here he goes again. Z-drop just misses it at the ledge, and now Riddles has rage mode on. This is now all of a sudden way scarier.
This could be a free 40% for Riddles, but only if he can hold on to that rage drive. And with that banana interposing, right, it's going to be a lot harder to make up that space. Now that it's behind him, he's got his opportunity, but Tweek has it back in hand, and that could lead to the winning confirm. But Tweek, oh my gosh, that monkey flip all the way in is so, why does he do that? That feels so bad.
That was some traditional FGC anti-air right there. Jab one to smack him out, but 166 sitting on him. If he gets caught at the ledge one time, that's the game. But he somehow gets away from Banana. Banana's not active, and you really need that right now. Oh my God, no shot. He's not done yet, but the crowd is going crazy.
You hear the crowd, right? Riddles gets one electric wing gut miss, and they're like, all of his hard work gone in an instant. And he's my precious power ring.
He's still not gone yet either. Takes the hit on the Banana at the bottom, but it mixes up the timing. But a great double jump call from Tweek ends the deal and gets himself on the board here.
How does he look that composed?
I don't know.
He must be acting right now, because on the inside, you've got to be like, oh, that's like getting out of the train tracks right before it like barrels by your car.
Look, as of recent tournament performances, those apology forms are still getting filled out. Tweek for a little bit was struggling in terms of consistency at the top. Now I say at the top specifically because he was still getting top 8s. Imagine being upset about that. But he's so good that he wants nothing less than #1. And we're starting to see prime form Tweek come back into it. After that first game, many people would be very frustrated, but he did not let that happen. Even while being behind, still was able to stay composed. 194 is still scary, but he chilled right in center as he needed to, made sure he called it out because it's very easy to react to and get that game.
You know, I have a theory that, you know, people said about Tweek a lot that, oh my gosh, he's just getting so unlucky with a lot of these brackets, right? Like, unlucky things happen to him. He gets matched into unlucky matchups, right? I have a theory that a lot of what we see as luck is actually tied to a player's confidence, right? And their ability to take advantage of situations where actually they're getting some pretty decent luck, or as you might see, right? And I feel like that when Tweek is lacking that confidence, those seem to be the moments where we say the most, oh my gosh, he's just getting such bad luck. But nowadays, I mean, you see he's on version 4 right now, right? And the patch notes say this man is confident.
I mean, fill out of that. Look here, you heard it here first, chat. RNGesus will bless you greater if you are that much more confident than your opponent. And honestly, sometimes it feels like that. That was a great answer here, though, from Riddles, but Tweek, once again, I think the majority of what's been so good for him has been this ledge game. It's where Diddy Kong thrives anyways, but the fear of Riddles sneaking his way on makes people back off. He never relented, and he never backed off there.
That was a statement by Tweek, and he knew that Riddles needed to use that laser to recover. My goodness. I'm talking about Tweek playing at his best when he is confident. He's feeling pretty confident, AJ.
Riddles, go to center stage. It's going to be for the good of you. I promise you, center is your friend. Because currently, Tweek is owning both sides of the stage. The real estate is not cheap here in New York, but he is making so much money off of it right now, and he can't get a single hit on him. He's double jumping around him so well right now, Kimona.
Riddles can't even make rent. Tweek a landlord right now. Somebody send this man to the depths of hell. Which Kazuya can do if he gets his hands on him right now. I mean, he is a full stock behind. With Rage Drive, he can easily make that up. But again, you talked about it, man. I mean, Tweek has just used this large stage of Hollow Bastion to just not even be near Kazuya at any moment. And Riddles somehow in the blast zone right there.
I like what he did there, too. If you saw, Tweek went to the left just before he faded to the right to get that DI mix-up on that back air so he could get him slipping in the air. Because it looked like initially he was going to go for an up air on it by itself. And then Riddles, I think he tried to cancel his momentum with a special in the air. Regardless, that was a really good mix-up from Tweek.
Yeah, and I mean, now you got Riddles down onto last stock, and you can never count out Kazuya, you know that, but I'm also not going to count out Tweek in this situation. He has barely made a single mistake in this game, and I don't think he's gonna.
Komodo, he did up B next to Kazuya on shield. Tweek is playing out of his mind. That is one of the most fearful buttons to press in this matchup because of the fact you're inherently put in lag, and that gentleman will finally get it done. But even though the fear of being at 131 on last stock still means Kazuya can bring it back, Tweek is playing to that type of moment right now. I don't feel like it's going to be that easy to do, and Riddles needs to start thinking about game 4.
Riddles is running out of those resources. He's able to make it back. I thought the peanut was going to be enough to do it, but instead, just that command grab monkey flip, a JV3 in game 4. This guy has all the momentum right now.
The fact that he just got an edge guard full snipe with peanut at full charge.
That's like getting hit by the Thompson in Team Fortress 2. It's like, how did that even happen? That's not even good.
I don't know. I don't know what Riddle's game plan is going to be from this point forward. I think the switch over to Hollow Bastion was to, I think he felt better about when Town and City had that center platform before, while still having more range to work with. But Tweek started to beat him too much in center on Town, so he kind of walked away from that. That Hollow Bastion pick helped Tweek so much more because he constantly had a platform to jump reset on and get away from. We're going to go back, but he better have a better solution to that this time around.
I mean, yeah, I think that the reason that I've seen Riddles win sets on Hollow Bastion, you think about especially the times he's beaten on MK Leo, a lot of those have been here on Hollow Bastion, and most of that time, it's because he's covering that platform really well, right? You talk about it being those up airs, right? Anything to get those resets on the platform. Kazuya loves scrapping in those areas, but not only has Tweek been able to avoid all of that, he also has not had to use it because Hollow Bastion's a very wide stage, and he's able to make up a lot of distance to, again, just play in his burst range and not get in scramble range of Kazuya.
Yeah, I mean, as we've seen in the lore, Kazuya likes to blow up his own buildings and takes out Mishima Tower, but Diddy Mishima right now owns the entirety of this property as he has hit him once and never backs off. Tweek is playing this matchup so well to the point where anything that Riddles tries to go for has been invalidated. However, all you need is one good play like that. Luckily for him, he didn't fall, but that was very close.
That's, again, big blast zones. Riddles, though, with that ledge jump, getting himself right back into it, and all of a sudden, he's right back in the zone, and all it really took was Tweek with one bad whiff on shield, and then Riddles was just able to take that stock completely, and where it looked like he was lacking a little bit of confidence, now back into things. But again, it's going to take more than confidence against Tweek playing at the top of his game, and you're also going to have to hit the correct inputs.
I don't say unfortunate very often to those teams right there, but that one actually was an unfortunate SD. Tried to drift in towards the ledge to go for the up B and kind of hover the wall so he could get away from a Z drop, but instead just gave Tweek a whole extra stock to play with while he's already been playing so good.
Man, and Tweek just maneuvering away again, not giving Riddles the opportunity to get anything big started. I mean, you see the way that Tweek is playing. He's just almost never been in range of either a grab to set up a down throw or an EWGF. Basically, every single time Tweek has landed, he's been nowhere near those kinds of options. And Riddles has had to get everything done off of air-to-airs and anti-airs, and that's a tough gameplay to go with against Diddy.
Yep, I will say, though, his air-to-airs are actually adding up a lot. He's got him at 124, and the range that Tweek was playing at a bunch was mostly about a character-ish length away, and if you have banana, then he'd play up close. Riddles is starting to crack that distance, and he has now evened up this game as such at 55% when he just gave up a free one very early.
That's huge for Riddles right now. Hollow Bastion may yet work out, and again, Tweek just going to that Diddy burst range, not wanting to be up close to Kazuya unless he can get a big combo started. And on the platform, I thought we were about to have the pyramid scheme.
If we see that return, I might leave the building. But that range drive is gone, though. That is going to help Tweek a ton. He's not going to take pretty well. Oh, he almost caught him with those, the spike nair, trying to sneak one out on him. But 142, this is still very scary because of the inherent nature of Kazuya existing. And you see Tweek, it's just trying so hard to play around that to get one confirmed.
I can't believe that Tweek was confident enough to play in that corner, too, because you saw Riddles, he gets one hit right there off of something big, and the game is over. But the game is over now. Tweek, with that confirm into the up smash, is going to confirm his slot in top 8 winner's side. And that was a pretty dominant showing in those last couple of games. Riddles did have a couple of moments, but right now it's looking like Tweek might be getting that first LMBM win.
Yeah, and that will set up quite the interesting matchup pool for top 8, because we are getting to our other side in a second. But that win equals Tweek versus MKLeo in a winner's semis of top 8. Not grands, not winners finals or anything like that. Winners semis. So for one, nobody's going to be happy they have to fight Riddles in loser's bracket, because Riddles has been on a tear of late on the loser side. His confidence has been much better. But that means one of the two of them is going to be in loser side before, like in loser's quarters area. Somebody's got to deal with one of those two down there.
And what's crazy is that it could be either of those two, because that rivalry has reached a fever pitch between them, to the point that both of them are saying the best sets I've ever played have been recently. I mean, Tweek was even like, look, my fire is back because I have this rivalry with MKLeo, and I want to see where it takes me. And whichever one of those two wins that set, I think might be the winner of the tournament.
Yeah, meanwhile, we have the opposing side of that, too. On the other side of winner's semis, we're going to be getting closer towards what could be another Spargo Light matchup. But in order to do that, Light first has to get through Gluttony. Now, interestingly, Light has actually done well against Gluto of late. And it's been to the tune of, like, pretty dominant victories. But in the past, it's still Wario v Fox, and it's one of the worst matchups for him to deal with, period. And Gluto always had great success against him for a